Hello, this is Andrew Schwartz, and I'd like to thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to check out this presentation on preventing theft by your front desk staff at a dental office. I hope you'll find this information to be helpful to you as a practicing dentist. Once again, my name is Andrew Schwartz. I'm partners with my brother Rick Schwartz in the CPA firm of Schwartz & Schwartz, based in the suburb north of Boston. Our practice focuses on the accounting, tax, and basic financial planning issues affecting healthcare professionals and their practices. According to statistics derived from the Association of Certified Fraud Examiners' 2010 Global Fraud Study report to the nation on occupational fraud and abuse, a typical organization loses an estimated 5% of its annual revenues to fraud. So what can you do? Here are 8 steps to take to help prevent theft by your front desk staff. 1. Start by hiring honest staff. Prior to hiring any staff person, obtain a background check and run a credit check before finalizing an employment offer. Please note that you need to be consistent with these 2 checks for all new hires, or you put yourself at risk of being accused of discrimination by someone not hired. If you use a human resource firm to help with the hiring and terminations for your practice, have them handle these background checks and credit checks. That's what we do at my CPA firm. 2. Set up for segregation of duties. By having multiple employees as well as yourself involved with the patient collections process for your practice, you raise the threshold for fraud from theft by a single employee to collusion among multiple employees. The steps for your collections process include opening mail and collecting checks, writing up the deposit slip, processing payments into the practice management system, recording deposits into QuickBooks, and performing monthly reconciliations between what was input into QuickBooks with the deposits reported on the monthly bank statement, as well as with the monthly collection report generated by your practice management system. Here's one idea. Maybe have one employee open the mail, separate the checks from the EOBs, and write up the deposit slip. Have a second staff member enter those EOBs into the practice management system, and then you or a bookkeeper will enter those deposits into QuickBooks on a regular basis, and then reconcile the total monthly deposits made into your bank to your collections reports and your QuickBooks. 3. Commit to one of the leading practice management software packages. For starters, learn it. You should know the software better than your staff. And while you're at it, set proper staff restrictions. Don't allow transactions to be deleted, and periodically review audit trail of prior transactions that were adjusted or reversed. 4. Review the day sheet. Make sure that the day sheet is printed daily, and look at this daily report very carefully. As you know, the day sheet details the production, collections, and adjustments posted to the practice management system that day. You should also compare that day's deposit slip and credit card batch totals to the collections reflected on the day sheet. Lastly, look at any adjustments posted that day as well. Remember, reviewing the production, collections, and adjustments for one day is doable. Looking at this data for multiple days or more is overwhelming and ineffective. 5. Glance at the credit card refunds. Don't forget to glance at the receipts generated by your credit card terminal for any refunds process. Issuing a fraudulent refund to an employee's personal credit card would be an easy way for that employee to steal from the practice. Taking a quick look at these receipts is an effective way to prevent this fraud. 6. Manually input your daily deposits into QuickBooks. QuickBooks makes it very easy for you to download transactions directly from your bank's website. Even so, it's a much better check and balance to manually input your deposits directly from your day sheet into QuickBooks. Then, when you reconcile your QuickBooks to the monthly bank statements, any missing deposits should be discovered. As a second check and balance, compare total deposits per your bank statements with your monthly collections reports. If the two totals aren't equivalent, you'll need to figure out the cause of any differences. Otherwise, this step should only take a few minutes and should be a required step as part of the monthly reconciliation procedures for your practice. 7. Watch out for lapping accounts receivables. Lapping is an accounting term that means the following. Money intended for the payment of a receivable is stolen. Then money to pay the second receivable collected is accounted to the first, the third receivable to the second, and so on. To catch your front desk staff in a scheme like this, you want to send statements to your patients regularly. Listen to feedback from your patients regarding discrepancies on these statements. Maybe set up an email address such as billing@yourpractice.com that is forwarded to you and to your office manager with patient inquiries about the statements they receive from your office. And don't allow for manually maintained patient ledgers outside of your practice management system. 8. Be careful with cash. Everyone knows that cash is king, but always project the correct message to your staff about cash. For example, don't let your staff see you put the cash received during the day directly into your wallet. If your staff senses that you feel that the cash is there for the taking, what will keep them from taking what they consider their fair share? Another option is to not accept cash at all. Make it the policy of your practice to accept checks and credit cards only. I recently went to New York City and wasn't allowed to pay for the parking fee at the garage with cash. The garage preferred to pay the 2% transaction fee to the credit card company than risk seeing a bunch of their cash receipts disappear with their employees at the end of each day. And here is a bonus point. This is a fraud that I've seen. A lot of my firm's clients have implemented a simple incentive bonus system that pays out a bonus once a monthly collection goal has been reached. If you have a bonus plan in place, don't let your front desk staff game the system by manipulating collection dates. For example, I had a client whose front desk staff stopped processing receipts once the maximum monthly goal was hit and would then resume processing those payments the first of the following month. Just make sure your staff knows that the bonus plan will end immediately if you find out that any staff member is playing games like these. If you have any questions or comments about this presentation or have ideas for other presentations, please let us know. You can call my office at 800-471-0045 or you can email me at andrew@mdtaxes.com. Thank you again for taking the time to check out this presentation today, and I hope you found this information helpful and insightful.